In this lesson, I'm going to show you a couple of ways to make the most of the space on your monitor or monitors when using SQL Developer. Many years ago, when monitors were usually smaller and had smaller resolutions, having only one window or document visible at a time was the norm, but that's no longer the case for most people. With the big monitors we tend to use these days, there's plenty of space available, and we usually want to take advantage of that by having more than one window or document visible simultaneously. When it comes to working with SQL Developer, most people tend to use more than one worksheet to do their jobs. Many times people have more than one worksheet open. In addition to that, they have one or more PL/SQL editors, and maybe some other type of documents, such as the information of a table or something similar. But as you might have noticed, by default, you will only have one of all of those documents visible. If you want to view another one, you have to click on it to select it, which will make it become visible over the previous one. But it doesn't have to be that way. SQL Developer allows you to have document groups. And this is awesome because one document from each group is visible at a time. And this is something that is very easy to do and can have a great impact on your productivity. For example, if I want to see this worksheet and this PL/SQL editor at the same time, I just have to separate one of them into a different document group. And I do that by right-clicking on the Document tab and selecting New Document tab group. And now I can continue working on this editor while also having this worksheet with its results visible, or vice versa. And I can move this document from one group to the other one if I want to. And I always have one document from each group visible. And I can do this as many times as I want, or my monitor space allows me to. And besides moving documents from one group to another one, I can move them to different positions and organize them as I prefer. And I can even right-click on these documents and click on Float to detach them from the SQL Developer window, which can be very useful if you have more than one monitor, because these detached documents can be moved freely. You cannot see that I moved this one to my second monitor because I'm only recording this one, but this way I can have even more documents open concurrently. This flexibility really helps me be more productive because I can see all that I need to see just by moving my eyes, without needing to be clicking here and there to do it. Do you think it will be useful to you? Alright, I'm going to show you another feature that is somehow similar to this one, but first I'm going to undo this tab group separation. To do that, I just have to right-click on the tab title and select Collapse Document tab group. Okay, I don't know if this happens to you, but I remember that somewhere in the past, I used to find myself scrolling up and down on my worksheet to see or even copy some command I had run previously. Many times I had to copy it just because I wanted to run it again, but I didn't want to have to be scrolling up every time I needed to execute it. So I just copied it and pasted it at the bottom of the worksheet, near the code I was currently running or writing. But then I found out that this was an unnecessary waste of time, because there's a feature in SQL Developer that could help me with that. I just had to split the worksheet. For example, I have this worksheet that includes a lot of statements. If I'm writing code here at the end, but I will need to be running one of the commands I have at the top of the worksheet, I don't need to copy the command here to have it at hand. I can just right-click on the title of the worksheet and select either split vertically or horizontally. And now I have the same worksheet duplicated here. So now I can run the statement from the top of the worksheet from here and continue writing code here at the end. As you see, I have the results of this query here. And if I run another query from this side of the worksheet, I have its own results here, so I can see both simultaneously. But this is actually the same editor. I'm going to scroll down here to show you. If I write something here, the changes are reflected on both sides, which is kind of cool. And I can continue splitting it as many times as I need. If I want to get back to a single worksheet, I just have to right-click here and select Unsplit. And this can be done with other types of documents as well. For example, I have the information of this table here. I can split it and then select a different tab on each side, which allows me to see different details of the same table simultaneously. And when looking at a table and also in the PLSQL editor, there is an even easier way to split the documents. Do you see these little blue bars that appear at the top and bottom right corners? I can simply click and drag to split the view. If I do it with the one on the top, it will split horizontally. And if I do it here, it will split vertically. Do you see how flexible this thing is? I really like these features and I use them a lot. You should try them right now. I will see you in the next lesson.